Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Money in the Bank has come and gone. It was a very exciting pay-per-view. A lot of twists, a lot of turns, a lot to break down. So we're gonna talk to it right now on Talk to and Wrestling. Let's go. If you ain't hype, I don't know where to get you hype. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another. Hey, there you go. They don't know nothing about that. Host. One of the best frog splashes in the business right
now. When that shield protects.
Welcome to Talk to and Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
My little brother know how to do that joint.
This show from the Real to Sports podcast, where we break down the latest and greatest from the world of professional wrestling. Hey, wrestling is on fire right now. I can't even lie. It's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
It is.
Money in the Bank definitely lived up to the hype. It was a lot of unexpected results, a lot of crazy moments. We're gonna talk about them right now. Before we get to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view from this past weekend, I gotta introduce you guys to my right hand men, my partners in crime in this thing, my tag team partners. We're gonna start with the king of the DMV. The man who took me to the limit for the Wrestling Trivia Championship. My guy T-Rock. What's going on, Rockstar Rock?
Rockstar Rock is in the building.
Good evening, everybody.
Rockstar Rock is in the building. The Rock.
And we can't forget the man who controls the list. He's my tag team partner. He's the Bubba Ray to my Devon Dudley. That's my guy. Give it up for Big A. Ladies and gentlemen, Big A's in the building. Old school. Oh, not the Randy. Oh, boy. And I am your host of the evening, Young Mark, the reigning, defending, undisputed wrestling trivia champion of the Real to Sports podcast. Throw that out there. I hope Brock Lesnar doesn't see me and want to come challenge me for the title because it'll be over in 15 seconds. Anywho, getting to Money in the Bank. I really don't know where to begin. It was some matches that we predicted that did not go the way that I thought they were going to go. So let's start with one of them. Sami Zayn walked into Toronto as the Intercontinental Champion and walked out still Intercontinental Champion. He defeated the Red Hot Brian Breaker. I'm going to start by giving you guys his opinion on the match. And I'm going to start with Rockstar Rock. Rock, what did you think about this match for the Intercontinental Championship?
I think it was a banger. It was a good match between Sami and Brian Breaker. As you know, me and host predicted that Sami Zayn was going to win based on his trajectory and how they were booking him and things of that nature. So I think it was good for him to win clean, not for it to have been like a disqualification or anything of that nature. And the way he won was how people wanted to see Sami Zayn necessarily win. You know, he won in a fashion where it surprised people. He usually gets maybe 2 or 3 haluva kicks to knock somebody out, but he knocked Brian Breaker out with 1 haluva kick. And it kind of, I think it should. That's what made the match and the booking, the finish, pretty much a good finish. Because with somebody as tough as Brian Breaker, you would have thought it made it took 2 haluva kicks for Sami to win the match. But it took only 1, and he hit him right on the money too. Like my wife was laughing when she seen it, so you know it's kind of crazy. But Yeah, I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the match 100%.
Yeah, all right.
So that Big A,
Mhm.
were you surprised that the nephew of Big Papa Pump didn't walk away with the title this weekend?
Yeah, I was a little shocked, man. But like Rockstar Rock said, man, we could predicted it. They look like they got Braun on the chase for that title. And eventually he's gonna be in the Continental title. But I hope they give it to him soon, because when he wins, it's gonna be like, okay, kind of like Cody. Like Cody should have won the first time. It's like, I mean, but I like the match, bro. I love Sami Zayn's Blue Thunderbomb. I really
Yeah,
do.
man.
I love that move, yo. It just sucks that everybody always kick out of it. That Blue Thunderbomb is off the chain. Yo, that Joker is off the chain. He ain't never too good, bro. But man, that should be his finish. I like the Helluva. Should be the setup. That should be the setup. He hit you, and then you know how you fall in a way out of the corner. Then that's when he should drop you. But the match overall told a good story. Sami Zayn is just a phenomenal wrestler. Braun Breaker's a great wrestler, very explosive. You can tell in his match he's getting better and better and better and better. He's a good promo. I liked it, man. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the Intercontinental match title. I like how they're going with we got Sheamus chasing it. You got Bronson Reed chasing it. You got Braun Breaker chasing it. I mean, so I like it. So and Chad
Now Pete Dunne too, and
yeah, Pete Dunne, yeah. So the Intercontinental thing, there you go.
It's feeling like, piggyback off of what Big A said. The thing that I like about it, this is the most valuable that title has felt.
Yeah.
Outside of what Gunther did for it.
Facts, Mark.
As far as like all these superstars chasing after it and it being coveted, it really reminds me of what the Miz did to it when he had it on SmackDown. You know, he made it like one of the most coveted prizes in the company. So
right.
I'm not mad at the result. I kind of wish Braun would have won, but I'm not mad at Sami retaining. And then, like you guys said, I think the way that Sami won definitely adds some more credibility to him as a champion. Like, now people kind of can't say that, well, it was a fluke that he beat Gunther, or he only beat Gunther because Gunther was moving on to better things. Like, no, Sami's a legit champion. Yeah. And that win at Money in the Bank definitely legitimized.
And Mark, it takes him out of that goofy role, because he's been that with the bloodline. Yeah,
he's
so
been a
now
comedy
he's more serious.
character most of his career, outside of the early days in NXT. Yeah, host. Do you see Pete Dunne as championship material?
Yeah, but promo. This is the promo.
Yeah, he championship material because he didn't held the title in NXT and in NXT UK.
Yeah.
But it's all about how they will book him to win the title. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They just can't like you don't see Pete Dunne beating Cody Rhodes for the undisputed title, but you could you see him beating Gunther for the world heavyweight title?
Yeah.
You can see Pete Dunne beating Gunther for the
when Gunther and Walter went at it.
I'm with you on that because they had some battles in NXT UK.
They did.
So I can see that, but I don't see them letting him. I don't see them having Cody put him over. I can see them having Gunther may put Pete Dunne over because of them having that history in NXT UK and things of that nature. But if Cody's gonna lose the belt, not to get off topic, but not as far as the championship material, I think he probably gonna lose it to somebody in the bloodline or something like that.
Yeah.
So let's go there then. Let's go there then, T-Rock, real quick. We gonna go there in a second. What you gonna say, Big A, about?
Oh no, I was just gonna say that the Butch character kind of because he was the bruiserweight. He was like snapping fingers and all that. But now it's like he went Butch. Now he's out of Butch and now he's trying to snap fingers again, but nobody cares. You know what I'm saying?
Me personally, and this is what I'll say about Pete Dunne. I believe in him, and I've been a fan of him since I first saw him in the UK tournament all them years ago.
Yeah.
But I'll put it to you like this. There is a character back in the mid '90s, who went from a completely comedic mute character, was doing mannerisms and crazy caveman stuff, ditched that character and became literally one of the most believable badasses in wrestling history, all while being under 6 foot tall. And I believe Pete Dunne can follow in his footsteps and achieve that same level of greatness if put in the right hands. So I think if Taz can do it, I definitely feel like Pete Dunne can do it.
Sheesh. You went there. Taz.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, they can be extremely similar. If you let, say, Paul Heyman put something together for him, or just let Triple H highlight Pete Dunne's abilities, Pete Dunne could be for WWE what Taz was for ECW.
That's true.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's true.
Because
I think, and
of
that's
his
what he
toughness
did.
and his
I think that's how
ability.
you can kind of say he did that in NXT UK and when he was in
Yeah.
NXT.
Taz was booked. He never lost. He was booked
Right.
strong.
And if he
Yeah.
did lose, he went out, like a warrior. So
Like Bam Bam.
Yeah, I
when he
think
went
his
against
only
Bam
match.
Bam.
I think the only match Taz lost was the Bigelow at Anarchy Rules when he hit
Yeah.
his head and when he hit his head on the back of the
Yeah.
and they
and
fell through
Sabu
the
a couple
ring.
of times.
Everybody else.
Everybody else
Taz
is
Mission.
smashing
Sabu had
it.
his number.
Taz Mission, baby.
Yeah,
You going night, baby.
But
yeah, that's true.
getting back to Money in the Bank real quick, just want to throw that out there. Shout out to the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne one time, but I
Facts,
want to hit on
facts.
something that Rocket brought up. Rocket mentioned Cody losing the title to somebody from the Bloodline. Well, at Money in the Bank, in a very shocking moment, the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE champion was pinned in the middle of the ring by the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu in a 6-man tag match that saw the Bloodline defeat Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. Big A, I'm going to start with you. What did you think of that match, and did you see that ending coming?
I did not. I did not see that ending coming. I think it was a good match. It was pretty solid. Oh man. How can I say this? Make it short. All right. One thing I really like about this is I really like how Triple H is doing Kevin Owens. I love it. Kevin Owens stared Jacob Fatu down, bro. Kevin Owens looked like prize fighter. He ready to get at you, like type dude. I really like that though. The match so far it was pretty good. A little botch here and there, but I wouldn't put that in main event, but I understand because Cody is the WWE undisputed. May I say this too, Mark? Because I get a little rant here. I really wish. Well, they need to go ahead and just change. It should not be undisputed WWE champion no more. It should be just a WWE title. You don't have 2 titles no more. So what's the undisputed for? I mean, come on. It's time to drop that. It's a WWE title.
Because they already changed the name to the other title to the
You got
World Heavyweight.
The World Heavyweight title. So you got the WWE World Heavyweight Champion and you got WWE Champion. Not undisputed. Like, come on, enough with that.
Because that kind of go back to like when Brock took the title. Remember?
There you go.
Went to SmackDown, and then they had to do that whole thing with Triple H, which is pretty much what they just did. So
exactly.
Seth Rollins.
Exactly. But the match was good, Mark. It was okay. Not main event worthy, but definitely good. Pretty good ending. It told a story of what's going on. So I'm with it. It was cool. It was cool.
Rockstar Rock, what did you think about the Bloodline and their match against the team of All Stars, if you will? Are you feeling like the exports from New Japan and MLW are assimilating pretty good into the WWE system?
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing I was surprised was, the one thing I was hoping he was okay was it Tongaloa? I think hit his head.
You got me on these names.
He hit his head on the back of the announce table, and for a minute in the match, he was like hovering over there. He was hurt, like you know what I'm saying. So I'm hoping he was okay because he looked like he was seriously hurt.
Yeah,
like
facts.
that didn't look like it was part of this, you know, telling the story of the match.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it was a lot of storytelling in that 6-man tag match.
Yeah,
you know, like
it was.
How host said Kevin Owens showing that mean streak, you know, with his, and that mean streak was coming from within personal situations with his family and things.
It was genuine.
Yeah. So I like that aspect of it. I also like how they keep teasing Randy Orton, you know, turning on Cody a little bit there, but I think it was the right move to book Solo to pin Cody Rhodes. It wasn't like he pinned. It'd have been wrong if he'd have pinned like Kevin Owens or Randy Orton, but it was the right move to have him pin Cody Rhodes because it keeps it going. Okay, like now we know what one of the main events at SummerSlam going to be. It's going to be Solo versus Cody, and we also know it's going to be Gunther versus Damian Priest.
Yep.
So I like how they booked him. You know, I think that. Go ahead. Come on. I think that they need to necessarily move Randy Orton and Kevin Owens away from the bloodline. Had them try to get themselves back in the single competition a little bit.
I agree.
And
totally agree.
Kind of like move the Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga. I think they should move them into the tag team division to give the tag team division another heel, sort of heels that can kind of chase after DIY.
Ooh.
Right, I said that right? Yeah, DIY.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like how they booked the bloodline. It keeps the story going. You know, everybody's still wondering when the real tribal chief is going to set foot to hit the WWE universe. You know, but I like how they booked them to win. You know, because it would have kind of felt a little stale for them to be booked so strong and for them to come out and lose the way that how strong they are being booked and how strong they are being booked to be fierce group, you know.
Yeah.
But I liked it. You know, I liked it 100%.
I like that booking though. I like that booking. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I like to see that. That'll be cool. I'm with that.
Oh, the brothers Tama and tag team division. Yeah.
You need it.
Yeah, let me get God as a tag champs. Take my money on that.
What's it called?
In New Japan, they were called the Gorillas of Destiny. God.
Yeah, they were.
I like that. Mm-hmm. That name is tight, yo. The Gorillas of Destiny.
Gorillas. Yep. That was their motto. Ain't nobody realer than Gorilla.
And let Jacob Fatu go in the singles division, trying to at least chase the U.S. title or something like that. You know, get him something to do. You gotta. My thing about it with this new bloodline situation is, if they're going to capitalize on what Roman did with the bloodline with the Usos and having them all have titles, you gotta have at least 3 of them guys in that group with, or at least 2. They at least got to bring some titles into that group to make it more stronger than
I got you.
The original.
You're exactly right. You like kind of like the Horsemen. You got a heel faction. You need some belts.
Yeah, some kind of Evolution.
Evolution. That great example. Evolution had all the belts.
When the Shield came,
when
the Shield came,
when the Shield was there, they had titles.
What's the name had the Intercontinental? He had the U.S. title before they even got belts.
Hey, respectfully, I got mad love for Jon Moxley. I never want to see that man in the ring. But if that wasn't the most forgettable United States Championship run of all time, I do not know what it is. I legit forgot that title existed when he had it.
He held the belt for like a good 2 years before somebody beat him.
He barely defended it.
That was booking. That was booking fault. Terrible.
I ain't saying it ain't, but I'm just saying that was the most forgettable.
It was
U.S. title I've ever seen.
You know what's crazy about it? He defended the U.S. title more on house shows than he did on regular TV tapings or anything of that nature, or in pay-per-views during that time he had the U.S. title.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I didn't really expect much from this match going into it, but it definitely lived up to the hype for me. Lived up to the hype. It got me interested. Like I agree with Rosh. I would love to see God going to the tag team run. Um, I need to see that in my life before I go. But the main thing for me, I love the presentation they're giving to Jacob Fatu. They're making him feel like a really big deal and a very violent superstar, and I like that.
Yeah.
What better way to get over how crazy he is than to have him have a little rivalry with Kevin Owens?
Yes.
If anything, Kevin Owens can get you over. But
yes.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, and all my hardcore wrestling fans will get this. At Money in the Bank, that wasn't Kevin Owens we saw in the ring. I feel like that was low key some Kevin Steen type behavior. And if under Triple H, if he can bring back that Kevin Steen era version of himself against the unhinged Jacob Fatu, as Big A says, bro, take my damn money.
Take it, bro.
I don't need to see nothing else, bro. Just give me
that. That's a mania. That's a mania match to me.
Yeah,
Jacob and KO.
The street fight. I'll pay money to see it.
Fucking yeah. KO one of my favorite wrestlers, man. You know, one of my favorite wrestlers, and that dude, how he stood there and he was staring him down. I was like, yo, like Mark said, that Kevin Steen is just Ring of Honor coming out, bro. Yeah.
It was giving Kevin Steen vibes for real when I was watching that.
Yeah, he was going crazy. I like the whole Kevin Owens thing right now. I think it started when he started saying that punch in the face thing.
Yeah.
He started getting like crazy in the head. I like it.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it at all. I'm with it.
I ain't mad at it. Take it.
Moving on, in my opinion, this match really should have been the main event, but that's just me. How about that women's Money in the Bank ladder match? Yo, them women tore the house down.
They did, bro.
And like my brain was trying to tell me all along, host, do you happen to have what time it is right now?
7:48. Oh. I'm tripping, my bad. Blow. Whoa. You know what happens when you mess up Mark?
You fucked up. You fucked up.
I did. You know what happens when you mess up Mark's saying? You know what happens? Mark, you know what happens when the host messed up? Well, I mean, you the host today, but you know what happens? Host?
You just made the list. Yeah.
I know.
You was Jimmy Garoppolo to my Devontae Adams in Detroit on that one, bro.
Low blow like China.
But yeah, it's Tiffy time, man. Tiffany Stratton pulled down the briefcase. That was a wild, chaotic match.
It was.
I don't even really got a defined question. I'm gonna start with you, Big A.
Yeah, man.
What were like the standout moments from that match for you, and do you feel like the right person won Money in the Bank?
Yes, sir. The right person did, because Tiffany Stratton is the future of the women's division. She's real great in the ring. Her moves is good. Her character is good. The match was just, those women just threw themselves. And this is all Triple H, because he has a lot to do with the women's division. And Triple H has a lot to do. I know Triple H produced that match. That was off the chain. It's good to see Chelsea Green, man. Chelsea Green took some bumps that I never thought she'd ever take. Man. And believe it or not, man, Chelsea Green is doing some of the best work character-wise that I've ever seen. Like she's really good. Her mannerism, her enthusiasm, her energy as a heel, and you know, she's over in Canada, of course. I think the MVP of the match really should be Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark took the butt end of those moves. And she took, man, that Michinoku driver she took once she hit her back her head.
Yeah.
Oh my God. See, yo, Zoe Stark. Yeah, that was a botch. But man, like botches make careers. You can see Becky Lynch. But Zoe Stark Zoe Stark was MVP of that match, but great match. Those women did a good job. Every single one of them. Naomi all of them took serious big bumps, and I'm glad that women's wrestling, because at one time, Mark, that was a piss break for all
Quite
of us.
literally.
Yeah,
when Nikki Bella was champion.
Thank you, Vince.
Yeah.
But now women's wrestling is back thanks to Triple H, because he's really big on women's wrestling. But all in all, man, that is the greatest women's ladder match so far, and I know it's going to be plenty more great ones to come. I know it is.
Oh yeah, Rockstar Rock. Was there any moment during that women's match that stood out to you, and do you agree with Tiffany Stratton pulling down the briefcase?
Yeah, we predicted that she was going to win. She was the most over in the match.
Sure did.
But like Ho said, I think the most scariest moment was when Zoe Stark did that front flip, and almost like when she hit the back, almost hit the back of her head on the was it her or Lori Lori Valkyrie was the one that moved out the way, right?
Yeah, she moved out the way.
Yeah.
No, Zoe missed her. Zoe missed her.
Yeah, that was
when she hit that daggone mat. I fell out my chair laughing. I don't mean no disrespect, you know what I'm saying? But it was just certain moves that happen, like it makes you laugh, but then you worry, like, okay, the person's all right. But then, you know what I'm saying, I started laughing. But other than that, the match was great because the women did something that the men didn't do. I think, because they went on after the men.
Yeah.
I think the women came together and seeing that the men was only if you think about it, the men was only using the ladders in their match to make their match more of a big fight feel. The women listened to the crowd and went and got the tables. They set up 2 tables. The men didn't even listen to the crowd and putting anybody through the table. So I think that because sometimes they do go over what they want to do before, the matches and everything of that nature. So no one will get hurt and everybody be on the same page on certain entities and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So I think that they all went over and said, wait, men ain't use the tables in their match. We can use it in ours. And I believe they did a hell of a job. They was the best. The women's Money in the Bank match was better than the men's, in my opinion. I was locked in, glued in from the beginning, because I even told them, I was like, the women's match, when they bring in the ladders, or if you think about it, when the women do Elimination Chamber and Hell in the Cell matches, it's a difference because you don't think them women going to take them type of bumps that they take. And, it was spot on to see Chelsea Green being afraid of heights. But she the one that went through the tables after setting them up with Tiffany Stratton. Mm-hmm. So it was a good
like 20 feet out of the air. Insane.
Io Sky doing what she was doing to try to win Money in the Bank for a second straight. Not a second straight time, but to win Money in the Bank.
It would have been second. It would have been 2 in a row.
It would have.
Yeah,
Bailey.
Io won.
Bailey won Royal Rumble. You're right. See, that would have been 2 years straight if Io Sky would have necessarily won it again. So yeah. So I like the overall finish. Everybody got their spots in that match.
Everybody.
So it was a good finish.
Valkyrie, man, she's definitely gonna be a future champion. Mm-hmm. She's really good. But
I'm glad she didn't win the Money in the Bank, because she don't necessarily don't need the Money in the Bank to be a strong opponent for whoever the champion may be, whether it may be Rhea Ripley or Liv Morgan, things of that nature.
Absolutely. I like her a lot. She got a lot of
Mommy's back.
Mommy's back. Oh boy.
Well, I lost it when she
The Rock did.
Monday.
Yeah, like what The Rock did with the goosebumps. I was like, oh.
I lost it. I legit jumped out of my seat when
I ain't see that one coming, bro.
No.
And see that look on that woman's face.
Hell hath no fury. Like,
yeah, 10.
Hey, bro.
Woo! That woman gonna be. Wait till Monday Night Raw. It's gonna be out next week.
Man.
It's gonna be off the chain.
Again, I just want to say, and I need to make myself very clear when I say this before we get back on track here. If we do not get Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley in a ladder match for the custody of Dominic Mysterio, I will verbally riot. I will lose it. There needs to be a sign in that crowd that says, if we don't get this match, we will riot. That needs to happen, bro.
Mark, you got your inner Vince Russo. Got your inner Vince Russo.
Bro, no, how ironic would it be that almost 20 years to the SummerSlam, where we had Ray versus Eddie in a custody of Dominic ladder match, you get Liv versus Rhea in a custody of Tom ladder match.
This is a wrestling show, bro.
It's gonna happen.
This is a TV show.
I don't give a damn.
Bro.
Make that match happen, yo.
I think it's gonna happen.
It needs to
They're
happen.
gonna have the title up there, and they're gonna have
a piece of paper.
Who Dom really is gonna be with.
That's what they did with Ray and Eddie. They put it in the briefcase.
Yeah, they did.
Make Rhea choose. Do you want to be champion? Or do you want
Ray and Eddie had some deep ass meaning. Eddie was just a son of a gun.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he was dirty. But
back on track real quick. This was the best women's Money in the Bank match I've ever seen. And it was easily the best Money in the Bank match of the night. I agree with T-Rock. My favorite thing about it was that all the women involved each had a moment in the spotlight to show what they could do. And that's kind of rare in some instances in WWE with these multi-person matches. You don't always get that. What's going on? Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews. Can Apollo just get a gimmick? That's all I need. Just give my man a gimmick. But I can't lie, they had me in this match for a minute. I really thought Chelsea was about to pull it down. I'm not even gonna hold you. I thought Chelsea was gonna get it. But yeah, I think definitely it was the right call to have Tiffany win. Even in defeat, Io still like a certified main event star with the stuff that she was doing in the match. She loses no standing after this. Zoe looked good. She had almost like a coming out party, if you will. Like kind of getting some of the doubters and the naysayers on her side. Naomi did what she always does. She get mad creative. I ain't never think I was gonna see somebody pull a split in the ladder match, but hey, it happened.
Valkyrie hit that with that. She hit that German suplex.
Yo, that joint was crazy. I'm like, yo, there are so many ways this can go bad. But hey, she's a professional. She made it work. So
she got strong legs, boy, to hang on to that ladder. That ladder did not move.
Not an inch.
Word.
Not an inch.
Wow, that's crazy.
That was definitely my match of the night. I thoroughly enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Getting to a match that I did not enjoy. Let's just rephrase. I did not enjoy the ending.
Okay.
The men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Drew McIntyre pulled down the briefcase and beat Andrade, Carmelo, Chad Gable, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. Before I go on my tangent, I'm going to start with you, Big A. What are your thoughts on the men's Money in the Bank match? And did you agree with the decision that was made?
Yeah, it was obvious. Triple H need to hire me in Rock. We said who's going to win. This is obvious. Carmelo Hayes is not going to be world champion. It's not going to be Money in the Bank. It's not ready. LA Knight is going for the United States. He's about to be United States champion. Andrade.
Washington Commanders host.
Andrade is a speed champion. He's not going to be no champion. So, I mean, the obvious is going to be Drew McIntyre. He's the most dominant guy in the match. He's the biggest guy. He's the most dominant guy. I mean, come on, man. And the writing was on the wall. We all knew CM Punk was in Toronto. You knew it was coming. I mean, you knew it was coming. It's all a good setup. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's a waste of Money in the Bank." No, it wasn't. It wasn't a waste. Money in the Bank is like the WWE title. It's a prop to further the story. So guess what? This is the biggest feud in WWE right now, besides the Bloodline. This is the biggest feud. You know why? Because you got a pissed off 6'6" Scottish warrior. He's pissed now. He got screwed 3 times by CM Punk. So now it's personal. He took Punk's bracelet with AJ and Larry on it. So now it's starting to get personal. See, the build is gonna be insane. This is gonna be the biggest. This is gonna be the best match on SummerSlam's card. I guarantee you, it's gonna be the best match. It's gonna be bloody. You got to have blood in this match, Mark. But you got to, because it's too to the heart. It's too to the heart. It's too to the heart. Okay, Drew got screwed several times, right? So he pissed out of the heavyweight title. Now Drew got him with the bracelet. He didn't see him Punk with his family. Oh, you got to love it. This is great. Drew's the right runner. As far as the match, it wasn't good. It wasn't as good as the women. But it still had its good stuff. And Andrade, great. Everybody was great, man. I liked Carmelo, man. He was doing his thing in a ladder match. Carmelo's he's the future. He got years to go to be WWE champion. Not right now. He got years. He's the youngest cat in the match. We not worried about him. Andrade, future IC title, maybe. I couldn't see world champ, but a future IC title. I mean, those guys, no. But yeah, I agree with it, man. Great match. Not as good as the women. Great right decision to go Drew McIntyre. The writing was on the wall and it fit the story.
All right, Rockstar Rock, what's your opinion of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match?
I gave the grade. I gave them a B. Like I gave the women's match an A.
Yes, sir.
A minus, A plus. But I gave the men's match like a B because of the simple fact, like I said, they didn't bring in the tables aspect of it. They did everything with the ladders, you know. Yeah. They had a few good spots, you know, like when LA Knight got belly to belly suplex through the ladder by Chad Gable. Chad Gable German suplex the ladder.
Yeah, he did. He's German suplex the ladder, bro.
Yeah,
never seen that.
Like Ho said, Andrade had some cool spots.
He did.
So did Carmelo Hayes. You know, they all of them got cool spots, but we already knew from the beginning that Drew McIntyre was going to win. He was the most vicious individual in the matchup, and like Ho said, even though that he ended up cashing in, like. Remember what we said? It depended on how the Money in the Bank was going to be. Money in the Bank was the first match, and then the World Heavyweight Title match was later on in the card. So you knew it was going to be a cash in because besides Drew McIntyre said he was going to cash in once he won it. But like Ho said, Drew McIntyre didn't need to win the World Heavyweight Title for CM Punk and his rivalry to be strong. That rivalry is strong enough without a title being in the middle of them going at each other, you know, because they both made it personal. So I gave it a B because, like I said, they didn't listen to the fans, man. Like usually when the fans say we want tables, you see somebody go under bring the table out. You see people go through tables doing these.
Give them what they want.
But you know what I think they should do?
What's that?
To take it a step further, they should start making the Money in the Bank TLC matches just to get it more exciting.
I got a little rant on that. Philly G, no. Jey Uso, no. Jey Uso
done had his time.
Yeah, he had several times.
They ain't put the belt on him yet. He ain't gonna win the joint.
And again, his move set is not championship wise. He need more moves, and he
gotta let the spear go.
Yeah, he got to, bro. It's too much. He need moves.
That's crazy.
He blew a heavyweight title. He blew a heavyweight title opportunity twice, and he blew King in the Ring.
And the Continental title because
they gave that Gunther. But like I said, Carmelo Hayes is the future. We got plenty of time to push him. Andrade, He got plenty of time to push him too. LA Knight is about to be United States champion. Jey Uso is going to SummerSlam, the team with Roman Reigns. You don't have time to be world champion. That title it's not even relevant. A title not even relevant for him. He's going to join Jimmy, and he's going to join the old bloodline with Roman Reigns. You don't need a title. Those guys, Billy G, are in that match because they are top guys.
Mm-hmm.
You need top guys
to advertise the match to make sure the fans is invested. So you gotta have.
Jay has been screwed just as many.
I don't think so.
Here's my take on this. This is where I'm a
okay.
A little bit.
Okay.
I agree with Philly G. I think in the purity of what the Money in the Bank ladder match was created to do and what it represents, it's always been there to basically highlight the talent of tomorrow. The guy that the company feels like has world championship caliber material behind them, but maybe might not be quite ready yet. They normally will put the Money in the Bank on them, use that to build them up, and then eventually put the title on him. It's lost its way a little bit later on in the Vince McMahon era, but in the heart of hearts, I know the Money in the Bank is literally there to showcase and highlight future talent. So having said all of that, I personally don't feel like the Drew McIntyre CM Punk story needed it. I think you could have gotten the same effect and told the same story if Drew would have destroyed everybody in the match and been there at the end in the moment where you felt like he's going to pull it down, and then that had been where Punk screwed him over, and maybe, like Rock said, they listened to the fans, and Punk sends him crashing through like the announce table or something. That they could have used that to build to that match at SummerSlam. Like, Drew was so close yet again, and Punk screwed him. But what I would have done if I was booking, I would have told two stories in one show. I would have opened the show with Sammy and Braun Breaker, and I would have kept that decision the same. But I would have had Braun Breaker get pissed off about losing to Sammy, take out one of the dudes in the Money in the Bank match we know ain't going to win this joint, and then take that person's spot, and Braun could have been the one to win it. Again, building a star for the future. We know that he's going to be world champion material, but we know he's not ready right now. He can still hold on to that Money in the Bank, and I guarantee you by this time next year, Braun Breaker going to be world champion material. So that would have been the perfect time to pull the trigger because it would have been on somebody that you picked as a future superstar in your company. Kind of similar, and this is where I low-key disagree with T-Rock. Take you guys back a little bit. You remember No Way Out of 2009? It was a big World Heavyweight Championship Elimination Chamber match, and you had the likes of John Cena, and Big Show, and Jeff Hardy, and Triple H, and all those big-time superstars qualify for this match. And you had low-key Kofi Kingston, who was still doing the Jamaican accent type deal back in the day. Ain't nobody believe in 2009 that Kofi Kingston was realistically going to win the Elimination Chamber and become champion. So what did WWE do? They pivoted. When Kofi made his entrance, he got attacked by Edge. Edge took his spot in the match and became champion. So they could have done something very similar, in my opinion, with Braun Breaker. Not only do you still get to keep Sami Zayn's legitimacy of beating him in the match, but you also propel Braun Breaker to the level that he's eventually going to be on. So it would have been a win-win all the way around. I just don't like the idea, and this is going to bleed over to the next match we're going to talk about. I don't believe in wasting something as prestigious as Money in the Bank on a BS angle or BS story. I was mad when Damien Sandow had his failed cash in. I was low-key mad when Otis won it because I was like, what the hell is the point of this? So, yeah, I think they dropped the ball with that. I don't think Drew should have won that match, and especially not what happened in the next match.
You about to get jumped.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm ready for it.
Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, so I get the angle of Braun, coming in and maybe
yeah, that was stupid.
Knocking somebody, taking somebody's spot.
That's true.
But who in the match would have been who in the match with Braun Breaker would have took whose spot would he have took? Because if you think about it, how all the participants was, you had Drew McIntyre heel, Chad Gable heel. Everybody else that was in the match was outside of them two were babyface.
No,
right?
Carmelo's heel.
Carmelo Hayes. So he would have had, in order for it to have been believable, he would have had to attack either Jey Uso because he was the only one that was from Raw, right? Him and McIntyre and Gable, but Chad Gable and McIntyre are
ain't got nothing to do with it. They got nothing to do with each other. But McIntyre and Jey Uso got history.
Yeah, I got a rebuttal for you, T-Rock.
Okay.
What have we been seeing the last couple of weeks on Raw? The Wyatt Six going after Chad Gable.
Right.
They could have pulled the trigger with the Wyatt Six attacking Gable. That takes Gable out of the match. They could have shown Adam Pearce backstage, frantically trying to coordinate with almost said Nigel McGuinness, Lord. Coordinating with with Nick Aldis, trying to figure out who's gonna replace somebody in the match. They could cut back. They could cut to commotion outside. Braun's throwing another temper tantrum, and they put Braun in the match. Imagine what Braun could have done in that match.
You said he had to attack. You said he had to attack one of the participants because you brought in the element of Edge doing it.
Right, so he could either gone that route and he attacked, Jey Uso, or he could have had the Wyatts open up the opening for him with Chad Gable.
Yeah, that's true.
There were a lot better stories to be told than Drew McIntyre.
They could have went either way. They could have went either way. Like you made an interesting point about the whole why would they wait till CM Punk? Why did they wait till Drew McIntyre cashed in for CM Punk? Because honestly, I think it'd have made it a little bit. What you said, him attacking him when he was at the top of the ladder or something like that. I think everybody already was thinking that. Honestly, going into that match, everybody mentality was, CM Punk going either going to attack Drew McIntyre in the Money in the Bank ladder match, or it was going to be somewhere. Either way, it was a predictable type of interference that was going to take place with CM Punk.
Yeah.
So I just think they really did drop the ball with the men's Money in the Bank match this year.
Let me explain. This. I'm gonna make it real brief here. I think again, I agree with you with the Braun thing. That makes sense. But again, Money in the Bank belongs to Drew McIntyre because and Money in the Bank again is a prop. You need rivals in WWE. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre guarantee you. Let's just say Mania. No, let's just say Elimination. Any pay-per-view in 2025 and 26 now is going to, when you see McIntyre and CM Punk on the card, big rival. You need to start rivals. That is a big rival right there. You need something that's going to make this guy angry. And you got to think about it, Mark. You need something. Just screwing him out of a regular match ain't nothing. But you screwing him out of World Heavyweight Championship, something that Drew McIntyre has been chasing ever since COVID. He's been chasing that title, and he's been trying to get it back. He lost that against Reigns. He had a shot at Reigns at Clash of the Castle, right? Castle Cardiff, I mean. So he lost that, right? So he's been chasing that title, and now he gets a heavyweight title shot, and now he gets the Money in the Bank. Now he gets close. He lost opportunity one time. CM Punk got on, he's a guest referee, screwed him out of that. Now he got the Money in the Bank, something that's gonna get him closer to the title. I guarantee. Now I got the briefcase. I'm guaranteed. But here come Punk again. You got to build for something major for SummerSlam, which is one of your best 4 pay-per-views of the year. So you need something. You're not doing nothing really with the WWE title with Solo and Cody. That's nothing. That's a SmackDown main event. To be honest with you, that's not good. But this is what I'm about to say is it's not going to be a fan favorite. They need to ditch the Money in the Bank. It needs to be done. It needs to be done. Let me tell you why. Because it's did you see how Samantha Irvin botched that? And we've seen that in the past. when somebody cash in the Money in the Bank, Drew McIntyre's cashing in his 2024. By the time he did that, what's his name was already standing up. You see what I'm saying? You see that several times when people about to cash in, and the referee said, "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" It looks dumb. It looks dumb. It looks dumb. Money in the Bank needs to be done. And another thing, I'm gonna tell you why. You just had King of the Ring. It's kind of killing the King of the Ring now. Gunther won the King of the Ring, right? So you got King of the Ring, and then now Money in the Bank.
I disagree.
If you had a Money in the Bank winner, it's gonna degrade who's gonna be the King of the Ring. Because the King of the Ring getting a shot at the world heavyweight,
they
get the world title at SummerSlam. So what if somebody cash in at SummerSlam? That means Gunther, let's just for example, if Gunther wins the heavyweight title at SummerSlam, he's the King of the Ring, right? And let's say McIntyre keeps the briefcase and he bam, and he takes the title from Gunther. Oh, there go the King of the Ring.
I don't think they would book Gunther like that.
No, I'm just saying it's too close together, Mark. It's too close together. It's the same concept
behind it. But the justification behind it, we all have known for a good while Gunther is world championship material. It's clear as day. We knew eventually he was going to get his hands on a world championship after he dropped the Intercontinental. Having him go the prestigious route of winning King of the Ring and getting his title shot immediately better fits his character than having him go into Money in the Bank. Gunther at his character's core is a old school wrestler. And I do emphasize wrestler. He went through a tournament about wrestling to get his title opportunity. That's a much more believable path for him to take.
No. I'm not talking about that. You got King of the Ring and Money in the Bank. They're too close together.
I feel like they can coexist.
The events were too close together.
Too close together, bro.
Yeah.
And carrying a briefcase for a year, it's beginning to get stale.
We haven't seen that in a while, though. I think the last person that held on to their contract for a minute before they cashed in was maybe Carmella in like 17.
It was her.
Everybody else, or Austin Theory, can't forget him. But Austin Theory was a joke winner, to be real.
But King of the Ring started it because King of the Ring, whoever went. Look at Austin. If it weren't for King of the Ring, Austin would never. It lost
outside of Austin, Triple H, and Booker T, can you name any other person who won King of the Ring and that tournament did something for him?
Bret Hart.
Haku.
Yeah, Haku, Bret Hart.
Because the way I remember King of the Ring, y'all more old school than me. When I
was just talking about it in the backstage, Owen Hart.
Money in the Bank
after being the King of the Hart.
Money in the Bank doesn't do nothing for careers because the same John Cena's won it, Edge has won it, CM Punk has won it.
That's because it lost its way.
But these are top guys that have won it.
Right, but I feel like Money in the Bank lost its way because of Vince. The way I understand, King of the Ring was for somebody my age, it was either not here or mad irrelevant. I can't lie to you low key, just a little bit. But that's not Cody's fault. They haven't really built up a rival for him.
No. Because Drew McIntyre and CM Punk is the biggest rival right now. I'm not
mad at it. But I just feel like, again, the two of them can coexist in the same universe.
Drew
take it a step further, host.
Yes, sir.
Here's a compromise for the two of us.
Okay.
Since it's clear cut and dry right now, the way the current roster is set up.
Okay.
SmackDown is much more storyline driven. Monday Night Raw is much more wrestling driven.
Yes, sir.
And much more of an in-ring product. Right? Make King of the Ring and Raw exclusive right now. Let that be the place where the wrestlers go to get their world championship match, and use Money in the Bank as a story element to help get your superstars over on SmackDown. Will that work for you?
That would work. That would work. But man, that King of the Ring, man, it's so, and it's only big, like you said, old school, man. I think that the one that skyrockets people's career more than Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank
is reversed for somebody my age.
And it's so gimmicky. It's so gimmicky because when you win Money in the Bank, we've seen people lose that. We see people lose. Events, of course, but we've seen some good points now because Seth Rollins, Mania 31, he cashed in on Roman. You know what I'm saying? So
Punk at Extreme Rules 2009.
Yeah.
A moment forever etched in my mind. Edge in 06. Like,
I don't like the are you sure you're gonna cash it in? Yes, mother. Are you kidding me? Back in the day,
normally when they do that, that
and
means
the women,
the person's not actually gonna cash in.
The women got the biggest percentage. The women's rating for cashing in is like 80%.
See, that's when you overload. Now you got a women's and a men's. Just
it was necessary.
Have a queen of the ring and a king of the ring, and just leave it at that because it's the same concept. The winner gets a title shot, right?
Yeah, but I like the unpredictability of Money in the Bank. Like, you don't know where I'm like a shark lurking. You don't know when and where I'm gonna strike.
Yeah, but you can lose. You can lose though. With the King of the Ring, you can't lose with King of the Ring. You won the King of the Ring. It's automatic.
When Billy Gunn won King of the Ring, did it do anything for him?
No.
When William Regal won it, did it do anything for him? It's good and bad.
They mid-Carter. They mid-Carters. No, but King of it was a gimmick then. Because look at William Regal. He was a gimmick. He was an evil king. It was evil. Yeah. It was a gimmick.
Yeah.
But now it's
Wade
championship.
Barrett.
Wade Barrett, Booker T,
King Barrett,
Xavier Woods. It's all gimmick now, but but now Triple H is bringing it to championship because you got a guy, a legitimate guy, Gunther, who's your top guy, who's about to be world heavyweight champion off that tournament. That tournament ended with Jey Uso, was the top guy, and Gunther in the finals. You know, that's it. They need to get rid of
Randy Orton, right?
Randy Orton, Randy Orton. Yeah, still a top guy.
But I know what you're saying.
Future Hall of Famer.
The bracket.
Yeah. Money in the Bank needs to go.
Jey Uso in the Raw bracket.
Kung Lo. Yeah. Money in the Bank needs to go. It's too gimmicky.
I can't, bro. Because we seen now, like, for real, like, we seen how much of a void WrestleMania has had without it the last couple of years. Like,
WrestleMania don't need it though, Mark.
It brings that excitement. It's something about multi-man ladder matches that just brings excitement. I'm guilty.
Have a ladder match.
Host, I'm guilty though, because I come from the tail end of the Dudleys and the Hardys, and and I've had Money in the Bank most of my wrestling life, so I would hate to see life without it. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I would hate to see life.
I get what I'm saying though. If they gonna make a pay-per-view, if they gonna make a King of the Ring pay-per-view, they made a pay-per-view.
It was a pay-per-view.
It was.
This year in Saudi
and they made a pay-per-view for Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right. Because you had Money in the Bank. It was in Mania for a while, and then it was his own pay-per-view.
Yeah, starting in 2010, it became its own pay-per-view.
Too much.
I feel what Ho's saying. If they're gonna keep having Money in the Bank, don't have it as his own pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like bring it back as a special match within one of they big 5 pay-per-views. You know, like have a Money in the Bank at SummerSlam or something like that, or have
it. Put it back in Mania.
Just end it. Period. They just end it though. Let me tell you. Bro. But you got King of the Ring, and you got the Royal Rumble. Whoever wins the Royal Rumble gets a title shot. Whoever wins the King of the Ring gets a title shot. Why are we overloading on this? You got the Elimination Chamber. Whoever wins that gets a title shot. Like it's
all
too
of the
many,
matches that
too
you
much.
mentioned. All the matches that you mentioned.
Well, usually Elimination Chamber, don't the champion defend the title in the Elimination Chamber sometimes?
But sometimes whoever wins get a title shot at it.
Usually, it's a unique way to build a contender in an exciting match. You old school. It's the old school in you. That's what I feel like it is, bro. Because you defending the tradition, the pageantry.
But I'm with the Money in the Bank, bro. I'm with it. It's just the fact you can lose it. You can't lose Elimination Chamber. You can't lose the Royal Rumble.
You can lose the Royal Rumble.
No,
Edge won in 2010 and lost the match at Mania.
No, if you're a Royal Rumble winner, you cannot lose that. If you're the Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes, he did not say, "Okay, I'm going to put my Royal Rumble winning on the line." No, Money in the Bank, you can lose. You can lose, bro.
Cena put his on the line.
And he lost.
Yeah, he put it on the line against Orton and he lost.
Cody Rhodes won it. Alberto Del Rio won the Royal Rumble. All these guys that won the Royal Rumble, they couldn't. What I'm saying is, you can't lose it. Once you win the Royal Rumble, it's cemented for you to go to WrestleMania. It's cemented.
What I'm saying to you is, you're not wrong, but Cena did. I just want to clarify for the facts. John Cena did put his Royal Rumble WrestleMania main event on the line at No Way Out 2008. So that was on the line in the match that he did lose. I just want to put that out there for the facts.
Okay, so that's one time, but we know all the Royal Rumble winners, what they're gonna automatically they do the whole point when they win.
Yeah.
Fireworks and all that. They're going to WrestleMania regardless of what's going on. Money in the Bank, you got a briefcase. Okay, so now you got to wait till somebody is down and vulnerable so you can jump on them. But what's your chances?
Or
you might
not
get
if you're Rob
1,
Van Dam.
2, and they kick out. Once they kick out, that's it.
I think what makes the Money in the Bank more interesting is if you actually see people cash in for the other titles.
I'm with you,
Like,
Cola.
instead
Money
of
in
just
the
the
Bank
world
tag
title.
team.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm with that.
That'd be
I'm
all
with
right.
that. That would be cool.
That'd be something new. We haven't had a Money in the Bank tag team ladder
The
match.
tag team is so
Has
changed.
the tag team division ever been deep enough to do something like that?
No, but that's when you put all of them in there. All of them. Put all of them in there. Or
Deep
you
enough
could
to
do
have an elimination chamber.
There you go. Elimination Chamber tag team.
How many tag team chamber matches have we seen? I can only recall one.
One.
Freaking New Day won.
Yeah, well, New Day defended their titles and won.
That's the only one I can think of.
And that match was the Drizzlings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But me and Big A aren't disagreeing, ladies and gentlemen.
We're the same.
I think, in my opinion, Royal Rumble should be used when you are ready. If you are like Gunther and you ready to rock and roll, like they just literally trying to find an excuse to put you in that world title picture, something quick. I feel like you use the Rumble or the King of the Ring. If you got somebody who's young and who like they ready, they might be ready in a little bit. They ain't ready right now. Give them something like Money in the Bank.
It's killing it, bro. I'm telling you. Look, I'm gonna say this one last thing. I'm gonna say one last thing. I'm gonna shut up. Nia Jax is the Queen of the Ring, right? She's getting ready to lose to Tiffany Stratton. She's gonna win. I can book it now. She's gonna win that title at SummerSlam. She's gonna beat Bayley, and here comes Tiffany time to cash in, and the Queen of the Ring is done. See what I'm saying? It's gonna be done. It's gonna be like, damn. I'm telling you. I bet you. I can book it right now, bro.
That'd be too soon for me.
Nia's gonna beat Bayley. Listen to me, America, world, whatever.
All right,
Nia Jax is going to lose. She's gonna beat Bayley. She's gonna be the WWE Women's Champion at SummerSlam. She's gonna win, and then here comes Tiffy time. Tiffy is getting close with Nia, as you can see storyline, but Tiffany's a cunning heel. She just won the Money in the Bank. So guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna be like Edge and be a ultimate opportunist. Roll her up, 1, 2, 3, get the belt and get out of there. Booked it.
I feel like it'd be.
And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
That's a spoiler.
I'm not disagreeing with you, host, on that, but I feel like if they did that at SummerSlam, it'd be way too soon.
Got you wrong.
Yeah,
I feel like that'd be too soon. They did that at SummerSlam, but I don't disagree with that. That storyline, I agree with.
That's perfect.
But putting it on Tiffany at SummerSlam, I don't think. Nah,
Bayley's not doing nothing with it.
I would give Tiffany until like maybe the fall, like Survivor Series or something is when I would do it.
They put the Rockets on her in NXT and made her NXT Women's Champ just like that, and she did pretty good.
You're not wrong.
You need something fresh because Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley is killing it. They're tearing the house down with that women's world title. So all the focus is on that. Nobody don't give a shit about the WWE women's title right now because Bayley ain't doing jack. Yeah. If Tiffany beats,
that's because if you a champion on SmackDown, you ain't got no contenders right now.
If Tiffany, I'm telling you, bro, if she beats Nia, if she beats Nia behind Nia's back, it's gonna put more. Nia's gonna put eyes on the WWE Women's title, which is bigger than the world's title.
All right.
Watch.
Well,
And another thing, Host, about when he was saying about the Money in the Bank, you can still, just because you win the Money in the Bank, don't mean you still can't get a world title opportunity without cashing in. Because Seth Rollins was still in world title matches before he cashed in.
yeah.
I think what it was, Battleground. He fought in that triple threat match with
Right.
Brock Lesnar and John Cena.
Right.
Or the Royal
good
Rumble, I
match.
think, or one of them. It was Royal Rumble, I think. He lost. He got pinned in that match, though.
Yeah.
That's what made it even more crazy about it, was that he was the Money in the Bank winner and got pinned in the match. And then next pay-per-view at WrestleMania, he cashed in and won. So I just think that they need, if you're gonna win the Money in the Bank, they need to at least make it a little bit more challenging for the person who's going to cash in. Not just making it so, okay, they can cash in when the champion is vulnerable. Let them try to cash in when the champion ain't vulnerable. You know, like, you know what I'm saying? Give us some.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam did.
Rob Van Dam did that.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
Rob Van Dam
saying.
did it.
But
Yeah, he did.
we seen anybody done that since? I think Braun Strowman, when he won it, he decided that he was going to cash in.
Monster in the
Against
Bank.
Roman at Hell in the Cell,
That's
right?
it.
John Cena was the first one to
Right.
fail.
Baron Corbin.
No, what
failed.
I'm saying as far as like telling your opponent, telling the
That's what I'm
champion when
saying.
you was gonna cash in on him.
Cena did that, and he was the first Money in the Bank winner to fail.
Yeah.
Because he
Who he
let
lose to?
Punk know. He let Punk know he was gonna cash in at Raw.
Yeah, he let him know.
Yeah.
Why
When,
Brock Lesnar? Why Brock Lesnar should have been Money in the Bank? Brock
No.
Lesnar. See what I'm saying?
Brock.
That Vince. Brock, exactly. That's why it need to be gone, because Vince have damaged that thing so much. It just need to be out of here. And just go away
Do you
for a
want
while.
to just take a hiatus?
Take a big one, because it needs to be reinvented again. Just like the King of the Ring took the King of the Ring took a years of hiatus. Now look at it. Now that shit is legit.
That's gonna be the debate, ladies and gentlemen. Watching
Go ahead,
us,
Mark.
we appreciate.
Go
y'all
ahead,
hanging
Mark.
out with us. No, host. I'm gonna work something out with you. Can we put up a poll on our YouTube channel and let our subscribers vote? Do you keep Money in the Bank, or do we need to take a little break? Let us
We
know
can do
what
it
you guys
now.
think in the comments. Yo.
Philly G.
I wanna know.
Yeah, let us know. Goddamn it.
Philly
Keep
G,
it
the
up.
wrong person to ask that question. Is he like me? We grew up with it.
Philly
Yeah,
G
man,
is not objective. He is definitely gonna say they need to keep their money in the bank.
I'm gonna go ahead and hit Philly G already.
Just made the list.
I'm genuinely curious, like other wrestling fans, like how do you guys feel about this? Should we keep it, or should King of the Ring take its place for a little bit? I want to know what y'all got to think, because I don't know if me and host gonna come on common ground with this.
I think King of the Ring has took its place because Triple H is giving the title shot to whoever wins it.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank was something that Chris Jericho and other wrestlers pitched to Vince, that Vince decided to go with. Vince not there anymore. You gotta, if we're going into this new era with Triple H, the Paul Levesque era,
More adult.
Yeah. You gotta at least bring, if you're gonna keep us, the hardcore fans, invested, the hardcore fans that were invested in the King of the Ring tournament, keeping war games. It's like WWE gotta eventually take something out to give us something to look forward to that we ain't seen. Like the King of the Ring is something that we didn't see in a while.
And then you got your world champ. You got your world champion in a championship match, and he's looking back at the entrance. He's scared.
Yeah, that was kind of. I'm like, dumb. That was true.
That was dumb, right?
Seth Rollins and Damian Priest was doing that the whole entire match.
Everybody knew it was coming. Because why? Because Drew said that he was going to do it. John Cena said he was going to do it. Oh, there goes the predictability.
That's true.
In the King of the Ring tournament, we didn't know Gunther was gonna win it. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
He could have won.
I mean, I
could've went
kind of
all the other
figured though
ways.
because of the moniker. He's
Yeah,
the
Gunther's
ring
not booked to
general.
lose.
You can't
He's
have
not-
nobody be the ring general and not be the king of the ring.
Yeah. Gunther's not gonna lose. He's about to be world heavyweight title. He's about to be world heavyweight champion all the way to Mania. Man. He's about to run that. But
I don't
I'm sorry,
see him
Mark,
losing it.
I don't see him
I
losing it.
think he might build his own little title reign with the world heavyweight title to compete. Because think about it, they haven't really put an amount of numbers on that world heavyweight title reign because they got rid of it after a while. You remember?
Yeah.
After Randy Orton and I think after Randy Orton had both belts, and then they consolidated again after Brock Lesnar got the title, and then they made the Universal title after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I honestly think like if Gunther wins the world heavyweight title, I can see Gunther holding that world heavyweight title for about 3 years, yo. I think he might go into his own little type reign, world heavyweight title reign.
It needs some prestige.
As long as it's not Triple H's reign of terror.
Oh my God, please no.
Speaking of the world heavyweight championship, let's get to that match.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of moving parts and a lot that was going on here.
Okay.
So we got some stuff to break down. So bear with us, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Damian Priest retained the world heavyweight championship in a triple threat match against Seth freaking Rollins and Drew McIntyre. For those that didn't see the match, it was originally 1-on-1 with Damian and Seth, but with Drew winning Money in the Bank earlier in the night. Eventually, he came out, cashed in his contract, and made it a triple threat. He had the champions beat. He was about to win the title when Punk came out and attacked him, and basically took Drew out of the match. And then Damian hit the South of Heaven chokeslam on Seth and won the match. Outside of the decision, hit on some of the big talking points in the match. What was going through you guys' head during that? I don't know if you want to call it a botch or, as WWE said, shit happens, where Seth technically pinned Damian Priest to the mat for 3, but didn't win the match. What was going through your head during that spot, Rockstar Rock?
Somebody got it wrong backstage or whatever. The timing was wrong or something. Because it was noticeable. It reminded me of when Nick Patrick made that fast count on Nick Patrick was supposed to make a fast count against Sting at Starrcade 97, but he really counted, and all of us in the stadium was like, in the MCI Center was like, he just pinned Sting, man. That wasn't supposed to happen.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I mean, man, it was crazy. Like WWE didn't have a good night that as far as with the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Like some of the I don't know if we all watched the pay-per-view, but when I watch pay-per-views, I kind of like try to see if everything is on the money. Like even in the pre-show, if you watch the pre-show when they were going over certain things, you can still hear what they were doing in the stadium over the presentation. And I'm like, what is WWE doing here? So I just think that it was all wrong in the aspect of things as far as like with the presentation of the Money in the Bank, and then the World Heavyweight title match. I gave it a C minus. I really felt as though like Seth and Damian Priest should have had a better match. More focused on what was the storytelling, the athleticism, the moves, the styles that they both bring together to make that a better World Heavyweight title match. It just felt like the match, like we said, was a filler, and it really looked like a filler because they both was, like Ho said just in the last segment, they were both looking at the entranceway every time Seth Rollins hit him with a suplex. Damian Priest hit him with a clothesline. He get him with a sleeper hold. He fall down, looking at that, drop kick out of the ring or something like that. They looking at the entranceway.
Yeah, exactly.
I just felt this though, like, come on, this is not what World a world heavyweight title match is supposed to have you tuned in for. They could have had that world heavyweight title match in the middle of the card, for real.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been in the middle of the card instead of
was.
being the second to the last match, right? I think it was the
It
match
won't. No, it
before
was
the
the
blood.
third match. The World Heavyweight Championship match was literally the third match on the card. It was in the middle, like you said, because it was after the men's match. It was after the Intercontinental title match, and it was it was before
5 matches, right? They only broadcasted 5 matches for the Money in the Bank. You absolutely right. So it was the mid. Damn, I'm saying it should have been a mid match, but it actually was the mid match. Okay, so yeah. I just felt like WWE was all wrong that night, man. They could have done something true, straight. I agree with you on that, Kung Lao. It was a filler match. Like, it wasn't a big fight feel like the women's Money in the Bank match was, or the 6-man tag match was. You know, they could have had that as a tag team match. Like Damian Priest could have tagged with somebody and went up against Seth Rollins or somebody and let Drew McIntyre just cash in a tag team match or something like that, just to keep a lot of eyes on the match itself. But I don't know. Seth Rollins can't get a title shot until I guess after SummerSlam, if Damian Priest somehow think he's going to win, but I don't see that. The writing's on the wall. That man ain't winning the title. He ain't retaining his title at SummerSlam, man. It's Gunther. Like they are presenting Gunther as the next world heavyweight champion, and it's one thing that I like about Gunther.
He ain't had a match since the King of the Ring.
He had I'm glad you hit on that, host. He ain't had a match since he didn't won the King of the Ring. So they giving him like this whole month to probably be able to be with his family, do what he need to do. I think he did it. Just his wife did just have a baby or whatnot during the WrestleMania season. So they gave him some time to be with his family and things of that nature. But they're booking Gunther to be the next world heavyweight champion. And it's one thing I like that Gunther did is when he said that he was the Intercontinental champion, he said he was the Intercontinental heavyweight champion. He put the emphasis on what the prestigiousness of that title is supposed to bring. Yeah. Intercontinental heavyweight champion. We used to say United States heavyweight champion. Because think about it, back in the day, if you was the United States champion or the Intercontinental champion, you was the number one contender to the world, or you was the number one contender to the WWE title, or back in the day, the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. So WWE need to bring that prestigiousness back to those two titles.
Emphasis and prestige is facts.
Well, we know who T-Rock is rooting for at SummerSlam.
I know, right?
Big A,
I'm rooting for Gunther.
Me too.
When you saw that Damian Priest didn't kick out and the ref counted to 3, what was going through your mind during that moment?
Nothing really, to be honest with you. I thought it just looked like Gunther. I mean, I said Gunther. It looked like Damian Priest, like he'd been knocked out for a second because you can see his hand kind of like barely
raised. That's what
raised.
Bully Ray said. Yeah.
Yeah, and also if you go back and really look, you could see him say "my bad" to the referee because he got Falcon arrowed on his head.
Yeah.
And so he was out for a second, man. And his hand got up at 3, so it was already. I just looked like he was just knocked out. And I don't think it was a botch. He just got knocked out, literally. As far as the match, it started off slow. I was like, ugh, like this is a world title match. Like, and Seth Rollins, I know he came back from injury and whatever, and he looked a little rusty. It wasn't hitting at first, but it did pick up later on. But like Rock said, you can't be Falcon Arrow, curb stomp, south of heaven. You can't be doing all that. Drew took the distraction from that match. But overall, man, I like Damian Priest. It's about time for him to let the belt go. I mean, he had this moment. He got business with the Judgment Day, as you can see, because Finn Balor, him and Finn Balor is about to feud it. And Damian Priest, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna shut up. but he's not good. He's a good backstage promo, but out in the ring, no, I just can't see him as world champion. He doesn't. I don't know if it's his gimmick or his outfit. Now archery, Damian Priest, when he was like a rock star, no pun intended. Yeah, like a rock star dude, and he had all the girls and all that. Yeah, he looked like because he was a United States champion, and he came out with the good entrance and all that. Do 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 do. That was cool. Okay, but now he coming out with the Judgment Day. He got this weave or whatever, long whatever it is, and he got the purple giddy up with the skull, look like Raph from WCW, and it's just like, oh, bro, you world champ? No, bro, you see him with all that on with a big gold belt. That belt means a lot, bro. Seth Rollins, even though tacky as he is, he looks like a champion because he's over. He's over. Damian Priest ain't over. But as far as the match, Mark, decent match. I'm with Rock. I'm gonna give it a C. Could be better. Drew McIntyre had the storyline of that had an effect on it, but now you see Seth Rollins now into the CM Punk Drew McIntyre storyline. So now they're going back because that's what it's supposed to be before Punk got hurt. CM Punk and Seth Rollins. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. So he's gonna go there he's gonna go it's gonna be McIntyre. They're gonna have a classic of a series of matches, I believe. It's gonna be McIntyre and Punk, and then afterwards he's gonna move over to Rollins because Rollins want a piece of him because Rollins feel like he got screwed.
Yeah.
So,
so I agree with you guys. I think the match was missing the oomph for me. The presentation, like on paper, looked good. It's like you go out to a restaurant, like you order something off the menu, like picture look nice. You bring it out to you and it's sizzling in front of you, it look good.
Yeah.
And you bite into it and it ain't got no seasoning on it. That's kind of what it was. I feel like this match felt like it was forced together instead of it naturally coming together. And that's what it was missing, in my opinion. Like I said, that seasoning, like the story and emotion behind it. Mm-hmm. I was scared when he didn't kick out. Like I thought something was wrong, and I listened to Bully Ray's explanation of it, and it makes sense. Like he might have actually gotten knocked out.
Yeah, like he did.
It's like the last couple of matches that Damian's had, he's getting hurt, or he's not able to fully perform because something's not right. So I hope he can get that together, and get back to his wrestling form. But what the benefit was for me out of this match was the storylines that came out of it. And, Punk costing Drew yet again. And then, the caveat of now Seth can't challenge for the world title as long as Damian is champion. But looking at it now, I don't feel like that part of the stipulation was necessary because like we said, they're basically making Damian Priest a sacrificial lamb to Gunther. So it's pretty much inevitable that within the next 3 weeks, if not at the most the next 60 days, Damian's going to drop the Gunther, so that stipulation is going to be null and void for Seth. What I do like about this match, and I'm going to get in my prediction bag for a second. I think the one thing we can all agree on, the best rivalry in the company right now is Punk and Drew. And like Big A said earlier, it is becoming a blood feud. There is going to be a big, huge payoff moment and a huge grudge match coming down the line.
Got to.
Repeat this, gentlemen. What if Punk gets screwed out of that match with Drew by Seth freaking Rollins? Seth gets even with Punk for Punk costing him the World Heavyweight title, which is something that he greatly cares about. So Seth returns the favor on Punk and cost him a match that's really important to him and something that he really cares about. I think that's going to add even more fuel to their rivalry, while also still allowing Drew and CM Punk to carry on because they would know like they still have unfinished business with each other. So that'd be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Where I disagree with the two of you and where I also disagree with WWE when it comes to this match, I feel like if Finn Balor doesn't in some way, shape, or form cost Damian Priest the World Heavyweight Championship, they are missing a very big storyline that they could have. Because again, I keep going back to this time last year when Damian Priest was Mr. Money in the Bank. he would come oh so close to being able to successfully cash in that briefcase to win the title off of Seth Rollins, but Finn Balor inadvertently or advertently kept getting in the way. If they don't capitalize on that long-term storytelling and have Finn cost Damian at SummerSlam against Gunther, a huge ball will be dropped in my humble opinion.
I agree with you. And Finn Balor, who was a top guy, very first Universal Champion. He somebody you need more competitive. As you can see, the Intercontinental division is growing. The United States, little by little. But now you got the WWE that need to work on, and the World Heavyweight title. But I mean, the World Heavyweight title is starting to gain a lot of ground more than the WWE title. And Finn Balor coming over to that division, being another hand trying to grab that world title will be good. Yeah. Finn Balor, he's good. I like NXT Finn Balor the second round of when he went back to NXT. I like that more with the leather coat. He was doing the 1916 as a finisher.
Yeah, I knew that was gonna come up eventually.
Oh yeah, that night, yeah. Yeah,
that's his favorite finisher, boy.
Yeah, that 1916, boy, he drops you. But that'll be good, Mark. I agree with you on that. Finn Balor needs to come out of that tag team with JD McFlurry and come out of that. Man. Yeah, he needs to come out of that. He's too good for that. He's too good. We need to see Prince Devitt. It's time. It's time. It's time.
I don't disagree. But yeah, I think if that match would have had like a more natural coming together storyline, it would have been better.
I'm with that, Rob. Something else you about to hit it. Something else you about to hit that though, Mark. We got a few minutes. Cena.
Yeah, Cena announced at the pay-per-view. Thank you for reminding me, host.
Yes, sir.
John Cena announced that 2025 is going to be his last year as an active competitor in WWE. So before we get out of here tonight, I wish Philly G was here because Philly G be shedding all kinds of tears.
Yeah, he would.
Being a big Cena fan that he is. But how do you guys feel about the announcement? Do you have how do you feel about John Cena announcing his retirement? Start with you, Big A. Mr. Old School.
Just real quick. I think it's gonna be good. What it is, and I told Devontae this in a group. This is a good way for WWE to now sell tickets for Mania 41, because now John Cena is about to be the market of that, because everybody wants to see his last match. This dude's one of the most biggest stars.
Not to cut you off, but the caveat for what I'm hearing is it's not just going to be a run to WrestleMania. He's like booked for, I believe they said 40 to 50 appearances throughout the year. So it ain't just going to end at Mania.
Okay.
So it's going to be throughout the entire year.
Well, still somebody, you get to see John Cena at Mania for the last time. So that's going to really make that WrestleMania card look really good. And I think this is what I'm predicting. I'm going to shut up. John Cena should win the Elimination Chamber match, and I think he should challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight title and chase 17, but lose. He should chase 17. He should get a title shot at Mania, but lose. Because I'm going to tell you why he need to lose, because you don't want a guy retiring with the title belt. You don't want to do that. You want him
with Trish Stratus.
True, but you don't want to do that with the world title. You're trying to make the future. The future is Gunther. If he beats Cena at Mania for the heavyweight title, do you know how that's going to skyrocket Gunther to make him more dominant than what he is now? You got to think about the future.
Here's where I disagree with you. Before we get to Rockstar, right? I got to jump in here with Big A real quick. Here's why I disagree with you. Everything that you just said was supposed to have happened to Austin Theory. It did not. He had a match with John Cena at WrestleMania that did not look good or go well. And what did that do for Austin Theory's career?
Who was
Absolutely
booking?
nada.
Who was booking?
Triple H.
No. Vince skyrocket Austin Theory. But now Triple H is in this. Triple H.
When they was
Gunther
at
is
Mania,
Triple
that was
H's
Triple
kid.
H.
But Gunther,
no.
Gunther is Triple H's kid.
I just don't think Cena still got it in the ring.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
What you think, man?
Yeah, I can chime in.
Yeah, what you think, bro?
Yeah, I know. I'm talking too much.
Nah, you good, host, you good.
Put myself on the list.
I was gonna say, I can see John Cena winning like Elimination Chamber, but I can see him challenging Gunther at Royal Rumble because he named the 3 events that was gonna be like his last events, and he said Elimination Chamber, he said Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. So I can see him going and winning the Elimination Chamber, and then fighting Gunther at Royal Rumble. And I can see him losing. I don't see him fighting Gunther. WrestleMania would be too much of a big spectacle for John Cena to fight Gunther, and it wouldn't turn out as that big fight feel like you said, Mark. Because I can see him being at Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Go out like
fighting at Royal Rumble, and then at WrestleMania he probably fight somebody that like an up and comer to put over an up and comer that's a heel. Let me see who's out there. Like, who knows? I mean, it's crazy because you don't know what show John Cena is actually going to be wrestling on to put. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can probably mess around and go WrestleMania and fight Jacob Fatu or something like that to put over one of them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you don't know because he's considered like a free agent, right? He doesn't have a show he's committed to, so he can either go on Raw and challenge somebody, or he can go on SmackDown and challenge who he wants. So I like the fact that he's going to have his his ride off into the sunset. That what's that? What they say, the tour. When they had they last tour, whatnot. That go away tour, like some of the basketball players try to say, not to get off topic, but I like that for John Cena though. I can see him winning a match, but I hope they do not put a title on this brother before, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can't win the world title. He can't.
No.
I just don't want to see it.
Have him go out the right way like Flair did. Like Flair went out and like Shawn Michaels did. Both of them lost. They lost. They lost honorably. Mick Foley.
Randy Orton is closer to. Randy Orton got that same amount championship reigns too, right? He close up there with Flair, right? Or he only got 15.
14. He's like 14.
Yeah, 14.
So he would need to win the title 2 more times or 3 more times to at least beat that reign. I don't know, man. I just think that I think John Cena gonna go out like how Ric Flair went out, not getting over that title reign, that last title reign. Yeah. It's there, it's within grasp, but Father Time is undefeated. I guess unless you LeBron James or something like that, but Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah.
So I think I think he might have that last push where they may give him a push to look strong, like how they gave him that push when he fought Roman. When he came back and fought Roman, and then Roman had to put him down at SummerSlam a few years, like I think it was last year. Was it last year or a few years ago?
A few years ago.
2022.
2 years ago he lost to Roman at SummerSlam. So I think he might have that big push where he can win Elimination Chamber and go on and challenge Gunther at the Royal Rumble. As one of those big fight field matches that you would have to, present for the car, because I think once Gunther win the world title, he's gonna run through those slew of guys that's gonna challenge him for the title. So they're gonna have to put somebody out there that's a big star, maybe from like John Cena to challenge him, and Gunther put him out of his miseries at Royal Rumble, and then at WrestleMania, it being his last match. I can see him putting over one of these young guys, that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see him in LA Knight though. I would like to see that John Cena versus LA Knight.
It might be,
because I think LA Knight. I don't know. He might turn heel sometime again once he get that title.
He's like a tween.
I mean, once Logan Paul leaves, who's going to really be? And he gets the title, like you said. it's good when a babyface is chasing the title, and then once they win it, you know, it's always good once they lose it again to a heel and chase it. So you know, I just feel like either way,
I'm with you.
it's a lot. It's a lot to go on with John Cena and his retirement. I think I'm glad he is deciding to hang it up and, you know, not trying to take away from the younger talent that's coming in, because a lot of people said that John Cena was burying talent for years and whatnot.
I disagree on that.
I mean, it's some guys he did bury. There's some guys he buried, like who's that guy? Chris. He buried Chris Masters.
You go way back. I would
He
say
buried
he put over Austin Theory and Mania. That's big enough.
But that's him now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But he put over Austin Theory.
I got you.
10 years ago.
Right,
He'd buried Austin Theory at WrestleMania.
I got you.
He'd probably beat Austin Theory in like 10 seconds at WrestleMania 10 years ago.
With Chris Masters, man, that stealing was.
But I'm saying the way they booked Chris Masters to be this physical special, you know.
Yeah. He's the first one to break the master lock. He's the only one to break that master lock.
Yeah,
he broke the master lock.
You know what I'm saying? He broke out the master. John Cena.
Chop it up. What you say, Rock? Your internet was going.
I'm sorry. John Cena was the first one to. He was the first one to break out of the master lock, correct?
Yeah, he was first one.
So yeah, you know.
John Cena.
Or was it Bobby Lashley?
Are you talking about Nexus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Edge and Jericho were mad at
Nexus. The fuck out of it was jobbers to me.
Nah.
Nexus?
No, but he buried and who else?
Wade
buried and only
Wade was the one that had potential out of that group.
Didn't Brian about Nexus? No.
He was. They fired him.
Justin Gabriel, Heath Slater, David Otunga.
Hey,
no, it won't that. It won't that host. It was the fact that they literally, from the moment he was in NXT to the formation of the Nexus, they were looking like they were about to strap a rocket on Wade Barrett. And then Cena was the last man standing and somehow beat 5 of them like that.
But it's typical hero versus.
They did have some bums in Nexus.
Yeah, but John Cena he's booked as a hero, so I mean it makes sense. He's overcoming the odds.
That was during that Super Cena era where he was
he beat everybody from Nexus.
He was winning 2 nights.
John Cena
was Daniel Bryan.
But I don't know. I'm low key like I'm not sad that I'm hearing he's retired. I'm low key relieved a little bit because I don't mean no harm and I don't mean no shade. Y'all kept mentioning Ric Flair. When I think of Ric Flair's retirement, I don't think about WrestleMania 24. I think about Ric Flair tag teaming with Andrade against who was it? Jeff Lethal. Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Like, I don't like when wrestlers overstay their welcome and then they look like a shell of themselves in the ring, a la Brothers of Destruction versus DX. That's what killed it for me.
Ooh, terrible.
So in that regard, like I'm happy like he's finally retiring, going out on top. I hope that his last WrestleMania match, if it's me, just because it's the story that writes itself, I would have him go out against the heel Orton. That's just me. I don't think he should go up against Gunther or anybody young, just because I just don't feel the need to have him in the world championship picture, especially at this stage of his career. It's not like Daniel Bryan, what he's doing in AEW. It's 2 totally different sides of the coin, in my opinion. Daniel's still wrestling like he still has a lot left. The last couple of times I've seen in the ring, he looked very limited. It wasn't as entertaining as it used to be.
Very true.
So I'm kind of ready for that movie to be over so I can see what else is next.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but I am happy that he's going out on his terms and not being forced into
I
retirement.
agree.
We've seen so many others, so
I agree.
thankful for that. And I think give him the best way to send him off is to send him off against his most iconic rival of all time in Randy Orton. So that's how I would
I agree with that too.
close the chapter on him.
I agree with that too. I agree with that. That'd have been cool. I'm with
Yeah.
that. Take my money.
We appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight as we debated and chopped it up about Money in the Bank 2024. It was definitely one to remember in some aspects and one to forget in some others. But we'll be back to cover SummerSlam when it's time. But Big A, you got something you want to say to the people before we get out of here for the
Oh, yes, sir, man. Check us out this Saturday at 1:30 p.m., man. We got NFL and NBA news to talk about, man. It will be me, the dog, and Rockstar Rock, man. We're going to give you a good show this Saturday. So come on back this Saturday at 1:30 p.m. live right here on YouTube.
Definitely got to make sure you come back for that. Gonna be some very interesting topics, no doubt. Man, listen, bro. Please, I'm gonna get triggered if we talk about Ric Flair, bro.
To the race of time.
But that's our show for the evening. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Y'all know the motto around here: be safe and stay safe. We out of here, y'all. Have a good one.
And that's an order.